Okay, so something we've picked up in a different video was about the sibilants in the voice. If we take a quick listen again, just to remind ourselves.
Something about you makes me smile.
So just in that first phrase, something about you makes me smile. So the S's there are really kind of bright. And if you remember in the EQ on this here, we haven't actually boosted any. It's just partly the way she sings, but also the microphone characteristic. Now, Pro Tools has a de-esser, which is located here. And if I turn it on, and we put it into listen, you've got your frequency area that you can select, and then you've got range. And the range acts like a compressor, and you can see that when it appears here, you'll get this like a gain reduction thing going on. So if I just turn it on and then just listen.
Something about you makes me smile, sends me soaring every time.
So the idea of this is that you can find the frequency in the area, and once you've found it, you can, because you're listening like a listen mode, which is just, it's like the EQ where you isolate an area, and you've found that area, and now you then apply the compressor.
Something about you makes me smile, sends me soaring every time.
Now
Something
the
about
thing
you
is, because
gets
it's
me
in listen
high.
mode, you can't hear what you're doing. So you think, okay, right, let's check this out. If I take it out of listen mode, listen to what happens to the vocal.
Something about you makes me smile, sends me soaring every time.
Okay, so that's no good. So that's why don't listen in listen mode to sort it out. Just find the frequency and then.
Something about you makes me smile, sends me soaring every time. Something about you gets me high.
Now that's a bit broad. It's almost like like a notch filter that's dealing with it, and it deals with a lot of frequencies in and around it. And you can see it's pulling everything down between 500 hertz and 16 kilohertz, and that's kind of killing the vocal. However, we've got this HF only, which is high frequency, and now changes the behavior, and it only deals with the high frequency from the point of where you set your frequency on the de-esser. So now,
Something about you makes me smile, sends me soaring every time. Something about you gets me high, overdosing every time.
if I press the bypass,
Something about you makes me smile, sends me soaring every time. Something about you.
so it's far more controlled now and much more usable. The only thing is, what we've ended up with is then a duller vocal, because now we've taken out all the treble from 8 kilohertz and maybe just beneath that, all the way up to 16 kilohertz. So we then need to kind of add a bit of brightness, and it seems really counterintuitive, but you need to make up for what's been lost. So I'm going to open up, I've got the EQ1 band, and I'm going to take it up sort of beyond that 8K. Just going to narrow this down, and I'm just going to brighten the vocal up. It's a bit much there, so I'm going to hit bypass for the minute. So this is without, so this is just with the de-esser.
Something about you makes me smile, sends me soaring every time.
So then with.
Something about you makes me smile, sends me soaring every time. Something about you gets me high.
So it just brings a bit more, and I can obviously lift that more if I want.
Something about you makes me smile, sends me soaring every time. Something about you gets me high, overdosing every time.
So I've just taken out some of the harshness in the sibilants of the S's using the de-esser, and they're just trying to bring back a little bit of the air in the vocal again by adding another EQ. You don't have to use the EQ band, the one band there. You could bring in another 7-band one, and again get into that vocal a bit more precisely. So there you go. That's how to then de-ess a vocal, and then spotting the artifacts that come with that, and then maybe how to address those using another EQ.